Hello everyone, welcome back to 17th lecture of microcontroller course. So in the previous lecture we discussed some basic concepts of interfacing and interrupt devices and few programs of interrupts. So interfacing concept was not yet completed with the IO devices. So in this lecture I am going to explain the first IO peripheral devices because different IO peripherals will exist in 8051. Input and output devices. Input devices like keyboard and joystick and different stepper motor IO devices will be exist. So first input devices we are going to discuss, that is keyboard interface. Keyboard interface, the keyboard is nothing but a input devices to 8051 microcontroller. It is nothing but input devices. We are going to feed an input to microcontroller or any processor. So keyboard is nothing but an array of some push button, or it's a matrix arrangement with a set of push buttons, and by pressing particular keys in an array which indicates, or it may occurs the interrupt, or it will create some signal to a microcontroller to perform one particular operation. Therefore, so when key is pressed, microcontroller is identifies the key and the microcontroller will performs an operation. Each key has a unique 8-bit code. That means each key will defines with a 8-bit code. So 8-bit code is related to particular operations. So different types of keyboards are available in market, but we are going to discuss a basic keyboard operation what we are using in our regular 8051 microcontroller operations. So keyboard operation will defines with the two major operations, that is key bouncing and key debouncing. The key bouncing is nothing but a phenomenon between the button and the control pin before a steady state is called a key bouncing, because each the key has the rights to it's a fundamental property of key to press and depress during an operation. So once the key is pressed and then depressed or released before the steady state, so that we call it as a key bouncing. So for example, the circuitry is here, that is plus 5 volts is connected to some switch, metallic switch. So if we'll press the key, that we call it as a bouncing. Once we need to press the key and release it. So during that operation, the output will be looks like this. Once we press the key, the metallic contact will come. So at beginning, because it is the nature of the physics, once we suddenly we need to press, the complete 5 volts will not come as an output, because some fluctuations will happen because of metallic contact. Some fluctuations will appear during press, and after that it will passes the constant output. So once we release the keys, same procedure, same thing will happen. That means once we release the key, the same fluctuations we can observe, because suddenly it will not ends the process. Therefore some fluctuations we can found in even in depressing condition also. These fluctuations will be occur in during pressing and depressing. So this is some issues in a bouncing process. So in order to avoid that, we need to use the key debouncing. That means once we press and depress the switches, some current fluctuations will found in bouncing. So in order to overcome that, we are using the next procedure, that is debouncing. So debouncing process will be we can do it by using two way, that is one is by using hardware way of debouncing and another one is software way of debouncing. That means we can able to control this fluctuation by either by using making some delay for an outputs, so that can be generated by using these switches. Here the switch, the structure will be, that is hardware way of creating delay by using some RS latch. So RS latch, as we know that two NAND gates are connected, that means output will be get fed to the input. So here is a switch will make A point and B point. If the switch is connected to A pin, that means output is goes off high, and if the switch is connected to the B, that means switch is pressed and switch is depressed is A. Switch is pressed is B, switch is depressed is A. So A and A is nothing but switch is depressed, and switch B is nothing but switch is pressed. Therefore A is high, output will go high, and in the B condition output is go low. So during this condition, in between these two there is no fluctuation, because this NAND gate will make, that is this RS flip-flop NAND gates will make, there is no fluctuation, and for a certain time the output will be released in between these two gates, therefore will not get any fluctuation. So the bouncing problem or the problem of fluctuation is overcome in hardware way. We can also do the same by using the software way. So that means we are creating some software delay of 20 millisecond. That means it will so start the program and read the keyboard one time. So if the key is pressed, if key is not pressed, it will again start to scan whether the key is pressed or not. If the key is pressed, it will wait for some time, because suddenly it will not start the operation or accept the key. So it will wait for 20 millisecond. It will start to read the keyboard. If again the key is and still key is pressed, then only it will accept the key. Otherwise it will again restart to read the keyboard. That means we are reading the keyboard with some delay. So this may also overcome the problem of fluctuation in 8051 or any keyboards. So here is a 4x4 matrix keyboard pattern of 8051. So matrix keyboard, we know that it is a row and column arrangements of the switches. So here is a port, that is port 1. Port A is connected with D0, D1, D2, D3, and port B is connected with D1, D0, D1, D2, D3. Arrangements of the port pins like this. And here this will reads the row, that means switches are arranged in a row, and in port B switches are arranged in a column. So port A will reads only the row and port B will reads only the column. Okay, so each switch is connected between row and column, and it is connected to the positive power supply. So this is connected to positive power supply. Sometimes it may make it as a ground also. And how to identify which particular key is enabled, so that can be identified by using some procedure is there. That means first I will explain with the circuit. That means in order to identify the particular key, first we need to make all the columns as a 0. That is port B is make it as a 0. All the ports are connected, that is columns are connected to ground. So now we need to read the port, that is return values from the port A. Return values of the port A we are going to read. That means if all the ports, all the rows are positive. All the rows values is 1, that indicates the no key is pressed, because if no key is pressed, then only the particular rows will be gives a positive power supply. That means it will bypasses the plus 5 to the that is ports, otherwise it will reads as a 0. For example, if I press the key here, if I make it as, if I connect this one, that indicates all the currents will goes to port B or 0. Therefore there is no possibility to, because this is like a open circuit. So once you will press this one, it will just like a open circuit. No, it's a closed circuit. That means all the current will goes to port B, therefore it is 0. Particular row 2, that is D3 is becomes 0. That indicates if any particular row is will 0, that indicates the some key is pressed. So once we finishing reading the rows, after that we need to read the columns. That is, we need to check the debounce condition. Check the debouncing condition. Make particular column as a 0 and make remaining all at as a positive. So then it will reads the column and again it will reads the row. So if all the rows are 1, that indicates the no column, this column is not pressed. And we'll go to the next column, that is D3, D2. We'll make this column as a 0 and again we need to check the rows. If all the rows are 0, all the rows are 1, that indicates the no key is pressed in this column also. And similarly make to up to this column and this column. At a particular one column, you will identify the particular row is, make it as one row is 0. So then identifies that particular column and particular row number, then only you will get the which key is pressed in between this matrix. So by identifying which row and which column make it 0 or low, so that particular key is pressed in the matrix. So this is a procedure to identify the which key is pressed in a keyboard. And this is a simple program in 8051 C programming. That is, we know that 8 particular ports are connected as rows and columns. So that particular bits I will make it as I will assign to the 8051 port, that is P1.0 to P1.7 is assigned for 4x4 matrix, that is P1, P2, P3, that is R0, R1, R2, R3 as a 4 rows, and column C0, C1, C2, C3 as a 4 columns. And this is a main program, that is some delay. So delay program, that is int I comma j for I is equal to 0, I is equal to less than or equal to a, I plus plus, for j is equal to 0 and up to 100 seconds it is going to create some delay. So character read in keyboard. So make all the columns as a high at the beginning. After that, one by one row we need to check the condition. That means if R0 is 0, remaining all row as a 1, so the characters, the below characters will read. That means if C is equal to 0 0 and C is equal to C1, C0 is equal to 0 0 and C1 is equal to 0 0, it will return some values of 7, 8 and 9 for all these conditions. Similarly, it will checks up to if R0 is 0 in this condition. So same procedure is follows for if R1 is also 0, R2 is also 0, R3 is also 0. It will read some characters. So that characters for maybe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. So these characters will return if each row is make it as a 0. So this is a basic programs of 8051. microcontroller.